Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to turn the light on. I see here that it's a little bit dark. Yes, it's 5 p.m., 5:30 here in the Philippines. My name is Lori Voss Furukawa. I'm coming to you from the Creative Kitchen here in Manila, Philippines. I'm the founder of Create, Play, Grow Out of the Box Living. And I am here on Tasty Tuesdays to bring you some healthy recipes and foundational health pieces. I found myself today thinking about what I would like to share with you. And I realized that some of the recipes I want to share require some prior information and knowledge before we actually cook them. I could just share the knowledge with you very easily, but I want to show you. So today's video isn't actually a recipe, but it's a foundational piece in creating healthy food in your kitchen for yourself, your family, your loved ones. So I thought it was very important. So on that note, we are going today to start with rice. Rice, I'm going to do rice, but this is important if you have any whole grains that you eat in your diet, which if you don't, I strongly recommend you start, because these are a foundation for a healthy diet to help bring lots and lots and lots of vital minerals, amino acids, nutrients, vitamins into our body. So, and of course, if you can get a variety of whole grains and different types of rices, this is best. I have today, I'm going to use a nice brown rice. You can see a little bit here on the package. It's actually called red rice. Maybe just the color is a little bit different, but they all are technically under the category of a brown rice. So there's many different colors. You can have softer ones, darker colored, even like a black colored rice as well. All super healthy. We want to try to avoid as much as possible the main white rice, because it doesn't have as much nutritional value in there for us. Brown rices and other grains can have 10% or plus more nutrients for us. That's a lot. So if we're eating, let's eat the good stuff for our bodies. Okay, so on that note, when we want to have what I'm going to do for you today is actually valuable for any grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. And when I speak about grains, I speak about buckwheat, barley, jobs, tears, all kinds of rices, adlai, wild rice, all kinds, everything. And all kinds of beans, nuts, seeds, okay? They have all these little foods that I just spoke about, all the nuts, seeds, grains, and legumes. They all have a protective coating or shell that's on the outside of them. The plant mother, puts this on the outside of the grain, seed, nut, or legume to help protect it, to help protect its little baby from getting eaten by fungus, bacteria, from different bugs eating it as well, that can just destroy it and therefore not grow. Of course, the mother plant wants the best for its baby, and it makes this protective coating on it to help save the baby. Naturally, the rainwater would wash this coating off, and after the rain washes the coating off, slowly this seed starts to sprout and starts to grow. Only then it can start to sprout and grow. So if we want to consume these things, which we should be, we need to wash off this protective covering, this phytic acid, because it is an extreme burden for our digestive system. I know lots of people say, well, you can eat these beans without soaking them. I've never soaked my rice before. I used to be one of them. Believe me, when you start to do this little practice, it takes a little bit of time to get into it. Once you start to do it, you will notice a difference when you eat stuff that has been soaked and prepared properly, and when it hasn't. You'll feel much better in your digestive process. When I was eating food of these products, these grain, seeds, nuts, and legumes that was not soaked properly, easily bloated, easily gassy. Many people complain about gases from eating beans. It's coming from one of two things. The beans are not prepared properly, which I will show you how to prepare them properly today, or you have or maybe you have both of these problems. You have a low digestive fire. When we have a low digestive fire, the food doesn't get digested as easily as it should, and can create a little bit of backlog, and that can have an opportunity to create a fermentation inside our guts, which we don't want, And when something ferments, it starts to produce gas. Hello, coming out both ends potentially. If this is something that you are dealing with in your life, consider what foods you're eating more carefully and think about the fact that maybe you need to have some foods that help nourish your digestive system to help enhance that fire. But that's another information for another video. So today, we're going to do some grains. Now, the first step is choose your grains that you would like to have. Once you have your grains, you can put them into a container and rinse them very well and soak them. You can soak them. I'm just going to take a step back here and get my container. So I'm going to show you the end step because the end step is actually of most important because you want to make sure that you get it rinsed properly. So I have that ready. So take however much grains you want, put them in. I use glass containers. That's my preference just because plastic tends to leach a little bit. Not the best thing for our bodies again. But if that's all you have, work with what you got, baby steps. So put in the grains that you want to rinse into your container. Just rinse them in. I use a nice strainer like this, a nice big one. I also like to have a nice big pot. I do everything in here, so I save the water, and I can use it for watering my plants, for my flowers, for my garden. Unfortunately, in this world today, we are seeing more and more areas that are facing drought and not water enough for drinking or showering or bathing. South Africa's suffering. I'm in the Philippines now. Unfortunately, we're noticing water shortages here too. So try to save your water, conserve it. Even if you're not faced with a direct water shortage or problem, it's not a bad idea to help get in line with making good choices for our planet Earth. So, I digress. My apologies. Take the rice, the grains, seeds, nuts, and legumes that you want. Put them in your dish. You can put about a ½ an inch, 1 to 2 centimeters on there. Put them into your coriander, your strainer. And then just rinse everything. At this stage, everything it's still dry. Just rinse it. You can use your hands, give it a good rinse, and then just shake off a little bit of the water. You can dump it into your container. When you dump it in your container, this is where you want to soak it. And you're going to want to soak it overnight. Or 8 to 10 hours, which can be done throughout the day. So if you haven't planned ahead, you can in the morning, I'm going to have rice for dinner. Rinse it quickly in the morning. Put it through the strainer, soak it with fresh water. You want to have about 2 to 3 centimeters or about 1 inch on top of your layer of grains. Let everything soak. 8 to 10 hours, and then that's where we get to the next step. So now this is what I have actually done this morning in my kitchen. I had my red rice in here. I filled it up with the water. It's been soaking all day, so you can see it's a little bit murky, not really, but a little bit. So this water should not be consumed by humans because it has all this toxins that are naturally found on the outside of green seeds, nuts, and legumes. We want to get rid of that. That's the whole point of soaking it. So now we have this product. It's been soaking all day in my kitchen. It's ready technically for cooking. So is what we're going to do. I just give it a little shake. I want to try to get everything through here. I just dump everything right through there. I have my water on the side because our tap water here is not advisable to be consumed. So I want to rinse also with filtered water. I do rinse with a little bit of the tap water as well, just for simplicity's sake, also cost effective. I would recommend if you don't have a water filter, try to get a good one at your home. And a good water filter should have taking out the chlorine, taking out the germs, and there should have a carbon filter as well to take out heavy metals. So on that note, I'm going to rinse this now. Now that it's been soaking all day and doesn't have that protective covering on it, you're going to want to make sure your hands don't touch it. You want to keep everything germ-free because now we've taken off that protective cover, that helps keep this grain safe. So now that we've taken it off, that means bacteria has an easy opportunity to get in there. I'm just using a spoon, mixing everything around. My spoon is clean, my strainer's been cleaned. You can sterilize everything before using it with hot water very easily. Or if you have a dishwasher, if that works. I recommend, again, going with stainless steel as opposed to plastic. So you really want to rinse this off. You want to rinse it off so you see that the water is running clean. This is important. I'm going to just use a little bit now of my filtered water. And I just kind of run it over there. So it does really take a lot of water to do this whole process, which is why saving the water and using it for your garden is good. And you might be thinking, but you said it's toxic. Why would I want to put this on my plants? But the actual toxicity in there is toxic for our digestive system. It's actually really beneficial for other plants. It has good stuff for them. So putting it in your garden, it's like a little boost for your compost for what's growing naturally. I'm going to give it another rinse again here. You really, it should have at least 3 good rinses where everything really runs off. I mean, if you're going through this whole process, do it right. Don't waste your time cutting corners in this. I just have some more water that I have prepared here. It's just easier for me when I put it in here. Going to give another little rinse just to make sure, like I say, why would I want to be eating this if I'm taking the time to do this whole process? Rinse it off properly. Now I can see my water's running clean through there. We want to get everything out. If you're going to be cooking this directly, go right ahead. Now it's good for cooking. It's ready. If you're going to be putting it in the fridge, or if you're not eating it today, I would recommend to put it in the fridge now that it's technically ready for eating. If you just leave it on your counter, we're giving too much room for bacteria to grow. We have another video opportunity coming up on how to sprout. But anyway, step by step. Let's go with the grains. So now I'm just going to tap on the bottom here a little bit. Helps just to get excess water out. We want to try to get all the water off. The more water we leave with it, the more opportunity we leave bacteria to grow. We don't want, and when I speak about bacteria, I'm speaking about bad bacteria in this situation. We don't want that to be growing. So I think I have quite a bit of the water off there. I'm just going to dump it back into my container. I'll just move something. Whoopsie daisy. Welcome to my creative kitchen. Just going to dump off a couple of these. Dump this out here. I still have my clean spoon from before. And I just spread it through here so everything has a little bit of a layer. It's not in one pile. Now it's wet. There's not water that's dripping out of it anymore, but it's wet. This is ready for cooking now. Like I said, if you're not going to cook it right now, that's okay. Maybe I want to cook it tomorrow. Planning ahead is a good thing for when you want to really have a healthy kitchen. Just cover it up. Pop it in the fridge. I suggest getting a couple containers similarly like this. They can stack really easily nice. If you have the extra space and a little bit extra money, maybe here, you can even buy yourself a little fridge that helps you to keep stuff like this ready for eating, ready for cooking. I know this sounds like a lot of work, but it's a foundational piece in your kitchen. Unfortunately, I've seen and heard more and more recently about some different types of cooking aids in the kitchen, like a super pressure cooker or something I heard recently was going on. And this cooks your meal and your beans in 40 minutes. It's too fast. It's too fast. You need to soak and rinse your grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes. And you might say, nuts? Are you nuts? No, I'm not. It's serious. Once you start to do this process, you will notice a difference in your digestive system. When your digestive system is doing better, your overall health will be doing better. Our digestive system uses the second highest amount of energy in our whole body. That's a lot. So let's try to help ease the burden on our digestive system by eating good, clean food, and our body can have more energy to do the other things that it needs to do. I hope this video finds you well. I hope that you can make some good, healthy food in your kitchen. I know this wasn't a recipe, but it's a foundational piece. Here's one more little, let's put this water in here also, little contraption that is also good for soaking or sprouting. This one's good for sprouting, but maybe we'll get into another video another time. You can see maybe some little sprouts coming up there. Once this has been soaked, this has the opportunity to just keep enough moisture in there to help everything stay nice and ready for eating. However, I'll leave you on that note, and hopefully we can do sprouting in another video. I will try to get a nice recipe out for you coming in the future. Again, my name is Lori Voss Furukawa. I hope this video helps you to create a healthy kitchen, a healthy space for you and your family, so we can all become healthy and enjoy this life that we have been blessed with here on Earth. I hope you had a lovely Easter weekend. I'm the founder of Create, Play, Grow. You can check me out on Facebook. I'm in the process of creating my website. It should be done in the near future. And you can like and comment this video, share it with anybody else. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions, and I will gladly do my best to answer them. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.